Welcome back into Extra Innings. I'm Taylor Gattoni with the voices of the Lansing Lugnuts. Jesse Goldberg-Strassler, welcome back. And Adam Jaksa, how are you guys?
Doing well.
Yeah?
What's up? I missed last week. How did things go?
It went well. I think it went well. And then getting ready for the All-Star game this past weekend. Yeah. But there were some good things and some not great things happening at Jackson Field and for the Lugnuts. Let's talk about 2-1. There we go. We're just going to get right into it. Tell me about it.
Okay, so the Loons took 2 out of 3 games from the Lugnuts. So you've got the bad right off the top, but we can get into some good too.
I thought she was talking about the 2-1. Lansing led game 2, 2-1. Then the Loons scored.
We outnumber you 2-1.
you guys do
so many places we can take this right now.
No, so the Lugnuts are coming back home. The last home game that they had hosted was the 3rd of July. So we went on the road to Fort Wayne and then to Lake County, and then there was the All-Star break, so it felt good to be back at Jackson Field, and the crowds were tremendous.
Yeah, we had 6,000 plus each day, really fun nights. Hall of Fame night on Saturday. We had a Tyler Soderstrom bobblehead night. I mean, we had all sorts of things, plus, of course, we had LaFQ fireworks.
Okay.
Obviously, got to have the fireworks. Okay, Jesse, I do want to talk about the Hall of Fame night. That was a huge night for you. Tell me about everything that went into it with the effort, the time, and then just carrying it out the rest of the night.
So we inducted 4 new members. So we inducted Turkey Stearns, the star of the Detroit Stars, Negro Leagues, and in the National Baseball Hall of Fame in Cooperstown. So his 2 daughters were there. His granddaughter Vanessa was so terrific to work with the whole time. And so all of the family and friends that came out to support from Detroit and beyond. And then Jake Boss Sr., and Ken Hayward, the University of Michigan record setter, and the late Clyde Weir, who had been a scout for the Detroit Tigers for 37 years. So with Jake Boss having everyone in contingent to support him over the course of decades long, and stretching into Michigan State, where he had joined Jake Boss Jr.'s staff, and they had won the Big Ten Conference title. So we had East Lansing represent. With Ken Hayward, we had Ann Arbor represent. We had so many different folks coming in from all across the state, and it was standing room only inside the View for the induction.
All being represented, all being honored. And what was it like talking to those families? I know you had a few members up in the booth.
Oh, it was wonderful. So we had Turkey Stearns' daughter telling stories about what her dad was like, and just basically making sure that people get to know who he was and what he did, one of the great players in Detroit history. And Jake Boss Sr. came and joined us, and this was fun because there have been some crosstown showdowns in the past where he has been on color commentary, Michigan State against the Lugnuts, so I got to join him on air. But this was so good to really celebrate baseball in all of its forms, in all of its levels across Michigan.
It's a special moment. All the plaques were unveiled out in left field, so there's now 30 plaques, and all of the surrounding people get to see those when they came in. It was really special.
It's a big night.
And I know Adam made it a point that it was a very big night for you too, so that was really cool to see you guys supporting each other. Something else or someone else that you both are supporting, who had some good things happening, but some unfortunate events towards the end. Jacob Wilson.
Adam's hero.
Wait. You can't just say Jacob. It's got to be Jacob Wilson.
The Jacob Wilson. There we go. Let me get some more energy behind it.
Okay, so let's bring you back last year.
Okay.
The A's had the 6th overall pick in the draft. They took a shortstop out of Grand Canyon, whose dad had been a Major League All-Star. Jacob Wilson comes in, and you were excited when they picked him. Suddenly he was a Lugnut. He lived up to your expectations. And then less than a year later, he's in the major leagues.
This guy's awesome. He doesn't strike out. He's great defensively. He puts the bat on the ball. You know, in baseball, they say the baseball finds you. First pitch of the game, first pitch of his major league debut, ground ball right to him at shortstop. He makes the play. First time he swings the bat in his major league debut, base hit right over the shortstop.
He fouled it off the second pitch.
Second pitch. The first one he put in play.
So he's now on. He's on the bases. He's 1 for 1. He's hitting 1,000 in his major league career. You want to just end there?
Yeah, let's end there.
Oh,
He injured his hamstring running around the bases, so now he's on the injured list. Lawrence Butler, the former Lugnut, knocked him in. So when he gets healthy, he'll be back. But right now, he's perfect in his batting career in the major leagues.
Oh boy, but hopefully that hamstring heals pretty quickly.
Yes.
Do we know?
Yeah, I mean, that's...
He's on the 10-day IL, so hopefully after 10 days he comes back.
189 Lugnuts to the major leagues now.
All right, we got to applaud to that or something. That's very good. Okay, let's move on to another player, Mason Miller.
Yeah, how about having a former Lugnut with the record for fastest pitch in All-Star Game history?
Pretty awesome. What was it, 104 or something like that?
We
that's
round
wild.
up, 103.6.
Exactly,
Okay,
104.
104, give it to him.
Struck out a couple of great batters. This guy was a Lugnut a couple of years ago. Now, it was interesting for me because I saw him in Wisconsin 2 pitches into his Lansing Lugnuts debut, who gave up a home run to center field because he throws the ball so freaking fast. But him to be able to throw as hard as he does and represent the A's as a rookie, pretty spectacular at the All-Star level.
So let me give you a taste.
Okay.
2022, we get Mason just at the very end of the year, the very last month. We get him August into September. 2023, we get Jacob Wilson August into September.
Okay.
These 2 guys, 1 year later, Mason's in the majors. Next year, Jacob's in the majors. So we're about to head into August. The A's just had their draft.
You're looking for another one.
I think it's worth watching who joins the Lugnuts roster this month.
And do you have any ideas of who that could be?
We do.
Are you allowed to say?
We do.
A couple of guys with pretty good nicknames.
So
Jesse.
they just held the draft. And so Adam and I are going, okay, the A's have the 4th pick. Let's see who they take. Then they pick at the start of the 2nd round. Let's see who they take. Well,
You're all about your nicknames.
Remember we talked about Nicky Nukes
I
and
was
Tommy
just gonna
Tanks?
say, okay.
Those aren't drilled into your head yet?
No, I'm getting there. We're learning, okay?
yeah. So let's start off with Nick Kurtz.
Right.
First baseman, Wake Forest. You could say one of the best batting eyes in the country. Nobody walked at a higher rate than him, plus unbelievable power and a great defensive first baseman, should the A's choose. Pending signing, everything else like that. Where does he go to start off his minor league career? Is it Stockton? Is it Lansing? Is he batting in the middle of our order? Then with their 2nd pick, this is where we get into Tommy.
All right, Tommy Tanks, right?
That's right.
Okay.
2 guys that can hit the ball hard, and we expect to see home runs at Jackson Field, hopefully, when they get here.
LSU
Okay.
Tigers 3rd baseman, Tommy White. So we've got 2 corner slugging infielders. When they come to Lansing, Michigan, they're going to be home runs.
All right, so we need those home runs, which means more fireworks.
Yes,
Okay,
exactly.
we love the fireworks.
Big fan.
Big fan. Anything else at Jackson Field going on this upcoming week? That's something to look forward to for everyone.
Yes, so the Lugnuts are heading on the road this week to West Michigan, where, if you want to join us, the Tigers are sending 2 top prospects in Kevin McGonigal and last year's first-rounder Max Clark. So Whitecaps, Lugnuts, Tigers prospects will be there. And then the Lugnuts come back to town July the 30th. It's going to be the Lugnuts and the Dayton Dragons. We've got some big things in store.
So happy the Tigers finally sorted out their priorities.
Yeah.
Throw some shade their way. Okay, way to go.
And with a Harry Potter reference to boot. Okay, so Lugnuts and the Dayton Dragons, July 30th through August the 4th. And we've got, Margaritaville on our Labatt Blue Thirsty Thursday. I suppose I should say now, Coors Light Thirsty Thursday. We've got, the Lansing Locos bobblehead giveaway, because we are doing Fiesta Locos. We've got LAFQ fireworks coming up. So this is ending July. This is into the start of August. It's another big homestand, and we only have, 3 homestands remaining, 3 different 6-game series. So even as we reach the end of July, we're suddenly going, oh, Lugnut season is running out, for you to get your chance to get these tickets and go nuts.
I was going to say, that's coming up quickly. I know we were just talking about the halfway point. Now we're already reaching toward the end of the season.
Yeah, it's one of those things, long days, short months. Well, we're through April, May, June, and almost out of July.
How are you 2 feeling about that?
Feeling great. We're getting close.
Wait, hold on. So Adam being the voice of Central Michigan athletics, how in the world is he balancing his baseball responsibilities with preparing for the upcoming football season?
Yeah, you're all over the place.
All-star break. I got football prep in. Now we're back to baseball.
This man's ready he's going to have one season, then another's going to kick off. It's going to be wild.
Just keep on going. Like
it
a
never
hamster on the
stops.
wheel.
I'm fired up for him.
Yeah, you're running the bases. There you go. You just don't stop, okay?
Touch them all.
Touch home and keep going.
There we go. Justin's pitching in. There you go. I love that. A little side commentary. Okay. There's another highlight that needs to, be highlighted over here. So if we take a look, I think we got it pulled up. There we go.
Okay.
Tell me all about it.
So Wander Guante is the pitcher on the mound. The Loons have Tyrone Lorenzo in the batter's box. And this is going to be a deep drive to center. And the newest Lugnut is Ryan Lasko in center field. And look at this catch.
That was a great catch.
Climbs up the wall, hanging in the air. The Rutgers Scarlet Knight in his 2nd game with the Lugnuts. And Adam, he made Sports Center with this catch.
He looked like Spider-Man out there. I mean, that's his 2nd time playing center field. It's a difficult outfield to play. And he was the 7th best play on the Sports Center top 10.
Something that I want to mention with that, I did see that catch. Phenomenal catch in the outfield. And this is one of the plays I feel like somewhat started leading things into extra innings. And of course, this whole thing is called extra innings. Can you tell me about that game and just going into
Well,
the
if this is going to be extra innings,
Okay.
you should just leave early. And Jesse and I can finish the segment.
Oh, I feel like I'm being attacked right now.
Did you plan on sticking around?
I did, but then you guys went into extra innings. I had plans. What
Yeah.
was I going to do?
Folks, she gave up on our
We
squad.
thought that we spend extra innings with you. We thought wrong.
I'm sorry to let you down.
So, okay. So, last goes catch. The Lugnuts take a 2-1 lead to the 9th. The Loons tie things up. The 10th inning, no. The 11th inning, no. We played 12. It was only our second 12-inning game since 2019. Our first one since 2021. Loons ended up winning, but, I mean, extra innings is what this program is about. Extra innings on Saturday.
There we go. And then you ended it with a win.
We did. And the win on Sunday was all about pitching. Johnny Butler's RBI double in the 8th is the game's only run. The pitchers were tremendous on Sunday.
Yeah, Jacob Waters started it. He was striking out batters. The Lugnuts had a stretch where they struck out 9 straight Loon batters with 3 different pitchers. Pretty remarkable.
Yeah.
No, that is. I know a few of us were in the suite on Saturday as well. We kept looking at the pitch count and just like the speed of
Yeah.
everyone on the mound. I was like, it was impressive.
Yeah. I mean, that's what, when you come to Lugnuts games, you're going to see big time talent. And so it's so great for us. We get to know the guys, and it's so great to see them show just how good they are. And then we snapshot it, and you look back a year, next year, suddenly these guys are in the major leagues. But this is what they're doing here in Lansing, Michigan.
Any other last things you want to see with the talent as you head towards the Dayton Dragons, head towards West Michigan, and you're wrapping up the rest of the season here?
I mean, this is the point when guys separate themselves. You get to see who's tired, you get to see who's excelled, you get to see who's ready to move up to the next level. This is an important final month plus.
I think specifically right now, Lansing really struggled hitting the baseball this past weekend against the Loons. They go to West Michigan. It's typically a pitcher-friendly park. The Tigers typically pitch it well in their organization. So I think this is a good six-game test coming up for Lansing this week.
Depending on how they play, we could be talking about a playoff chase.
All right. Well, anything else that you want to mention before we give a shout out to the Lugnuts and keep them going?
That's it.
That's it. You're pumped up. We're all ready for it. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3,
Let's go
Nuts!
Nuts!
Thanks for joining us on Extra Innings.